What up, YouTube? I got a question, and the question was, how should a black man introduce his non-black girlfriend to his family? Now, here's what I would say. I think this is more so universal. How should a man introduce a woman to his family, regardless of race? Here's what I'd have to say. In terms of how he should, the only thing you can really do is bring her to the house. I mean, obviously let the parents know that you were bringing somebody, okay? But everybody's going to do their own thing, okay? If my sister brings home somebody, obviously she will introduce him and I'll know ahead of time, but I'm going to do my own thing. So it's really out of her hands, to be real with you. All she's doing is giving him the address and walking him through the door. But as far as, him meeting me or me meeting him, I'm going to do that. Okay? She won't be involved in that process. So in terms of what you can actually do, I guess let your parents know ahead of time, make sure she's dressed appropriately. She knows everybody's names, I guess, but some basic information about the family. But in terms of, what the mother's going to do to know her and the father and the other siblings, that's really on them. Okay? To be real, that goes to the whole idea of chemistry with the family. You can't force chemistry. People get along, people don't get along. My sister has dated dudes that I didn't get along with, and she's dated dudes that I did get along with. Okay? She had nothing to do with that. That's just chemistry. It doesn't mean that they're bad people, but chemistry is chemistry. I may not like a dude, doesn't mean he's garbage, but, we just don't have the chemistry. So, in terms of the how, I'm not really sure. It just depends on the family. Okay? People will be curious, especially if you're a successful man. The parents are going to be very, who is she? Do you know who she is? You have a lot to lose. Protect yourself. We don't like her. Just because. It doesn't matter what you say or do, right? Really, it doesn't. Especially with the mothers. Like I said before, it's crazy because they're the women who are actually in families with productive black men. I'm talking about the sisters and the mothers. There's no black sisterhood when they're dealing with their son. Come on now. Right? You think there's some unity? They're trying to pledge this girl to see if she can cut it. They'd rather see her fail than have her in the family because they see the bullshit. And that's real. So this whole, black women, we support each other, and okay, you go meet the parents, go meet the women in the family of that productive black man and see if the love is still there. See if that sisterhood and, we've supported y'all. Let's see if that really happens. Right? Let's really see what happens. And like I said, especially if that brother's well-to-do and he has his shit together, right? But in terms of how, like I said, there's not much you can do other than to make sure the parents know ahead of time who you're bringing home. Obviously, make sure, her mind frame is together so she knows what she's walking into, so she's not, unnecessarily hostile or what's the word I'm looking for, too reserved, or she's too shy. I don't know, don't be scared. Don't come in and be scared. If somebody asks you a question, speak, answer, that sort of basic shit. The times that I've been introduced to the family of a girl, I knew what I was getting myself into, so I wasn't on some, coming assertive. Don't come in looking stupid and shaky. Same goes for women. So make sure she's on point there. But the biggest thing, honestly, is when. When should you do it? Okay, or if you should do it. I will say this. Parents will be protective. I've already said it. And they're not going to spend time, determining, he's just dating her for fun. They're going to assume that, oh my gosh, she can be the one. Oh my gosh, my son is serious about marrying this girl, and I don't like her. That's how they're going to take it. It is what it is. I expect them to do that. right? It's part of their job is, being that safety net, Okay, they're looking out for you. Oh my gosh, my son is dating this girl, and he may fall for her. He says it's not serious, but she may lie or manipulate or put a hole in this condom. And father's like, oh, son, be careful. You don't want to get this girl pregnant, right? It is what it is. So if you know you're not serious about this girl, or you're not sure, don't bring her home. It doesn't matter how much pressure your parents put on you. If you know you're not serious about her, don't bring her home. You're grown, you're an adult, you're going to do what you have to do. Okay, I've been in situations where the girl has introduced me to her parents, and it was cool. Like I said, I didn't have a problem with it. I know who I am, and I know that she is safe whenever she's in my company. And I'm confident in who I am, so it wasn't a big deal. I wasn't trying to lie or use and abuse their daughter. Okay. But in terms of the flip side, did you introduce her to your family? No, because I wasn't sure if I wanted to necessarily be with her like that. Okay. I wasn't sure if she was the one or if I wanted to be in some long ass, relationship. Okay. Her deciding to introduce me to her parents, that's her thing. It is what it is. People have different relationships, but in my family, I'm not bringing home anybody if I know that I'm not serious about her. Right? So if you don't know, like I said, don't bring her home. Your parents are going to automatically assume that, you're serious about her, or that, something bad may happen. So the worst thing you can do is bring home a chick that definitely is one of those, part-time, I'm just having fun sort of women, because your parents are going to say, oh my God, especially if you have something to lose. The dad, like I said, he may be more lenient, get your swerve on, make sure you wrap it up. But the moms and the sisters, they'll just have a fit, right? Like I said, the sisterhood goes to, all of a sudden, whenever black women are protecting the black men in their family, they see the bullshit. Their vision sharpens, and they see right through black women. They see through, I was lied, I was manipulated, we planned on getting married but he bailed. They see through all of that. That's why I'm like, why don't y'all come clean? The black women who are actually with positive, productive black men that you speak about see all the bullshit. That's why it's not a gender war. Okay, the women that I know, the women that are in my family, the women that I can honestly say they're friends and they know me, they're on my side. They have my back to a degree that's ridiculous. Let me not get sidetracked with that stupid gender war. But yeah, man, don't bring her home. It's not about race right now. We could talk about what's on point for non-black women versus black women. That's a different sort of conversation. I'm just saying, make sure she's on point and make sure you're serious about her. If you have any doubts, that will creep through. Your parents will test for doubts. That's what I will do. Okay, when I have my daughter, and even now with my younger sister, not so much my older sister, but what I'm going to do is test for doubts. Okay, I'm going to try to exploit any sort of weaknesses to make sure that it's shored up. So I'm going to ask questions. Oh, what do you do? How are you going to pay the bills? Oh, how do you feel about family? Or how do you feel about this? How do you feel about politics? I'm going to try to, fuck their shit up. Not, in a mean way, but to test for any weaknesses. That's what I'm going to do. Right? So she got to be on point. You guys have to be tight. You guys have to be sound. Okay? It's not about race at this point. It's just about a productive man who will automatically be overprotected by their family. Okay, trying to bring home a woman that he may be interested in. There's no clear-cut way to do it. Your parents are going to do things the way they're going to do it. Your siblings are going to do things the way they're going to do it. I mean, you can obviously lay some groundwork. Don't be rude. Don't be disrespectful. But you got to give them leeway. And you have to make sure you prepare the girl. She knows what she's getting herself into, so she's not walking into a death trap. So, that's my video. Hopefully it's helpful. Hopefully it's beneficial. You take it easy. Thanks for the question. God bless. Also, before I end it, you made a reference to Kobe Bryant and how his marriage to his Hispanic wife kind of put a wedge between him and his parents. That is somewhat true. But there's some information not necessarily said. She grew up in Southern California, and I actually know people who somewhat know her, some confirmed, some not so much confirmed. But in terms of their situation, their parents had every right to be upset with Kobe and maybe not talk to him or, co-sign his relationship with her, because supposedly she was underage and they were just messing around and she may have got pregnant. So he kind of had to marry her or get charged with statutory rape. Supposedly, that's the rumors I heard. She was 17, dropped out of school, and they were messing around, and the parents were like, "Yo, what are you gonna do?" So obviously that will make Kobe's parents mad. And understand, Kobe grew up with both parents there, in a middle class environment. So they definitely had expectations of him, and that didn't fall into play. Him getting married in that sort of condition. So that's just a FYI to the other part of your question. Y'all take it easy. God bless.